Good day, greetings, students. I'm very happy to meet you all again in your English class. Are you ready for your English class, children? In the previous week, we have started up with our Honeysuckles book, and this week we are going to continue with our Unit 1. We have seen a prose already, and in this session, we are going to see a poem. But before we proceed to our lesson, there's something that we need to know. We have been going through with the proverb, united we stand, divided we fall, for a long time. But now it is time for us to come up with a new quote that is, let's stand apart to fight together. Yes, that is right. It is time for us to stand apart to fight together. It is unbelievable that we have to rephrase the proverb that we have united we stand, divided we fall into united, and staying close physically will make us fall, and staying apart physically will definitely keep us together through our hearts. So it's only befitting to say that let's stand apart to fight together. Yes, children, this social distancing really needs to work out so that we can come out of our homes and get back to a normal life. A recent image that has been going virally is this one: stay at home and break the chain of infection. So here you can see that a matchstick is staying away so that the other matchsticks do not get fired. Yes, that is what we have to do, isn't it, children? So we have these people who have got affected with COVID, and we do not have to maintain a physical contact with anybody in truth. Yes, it will be dangerous for people who are vulnerable, who are weak. We should not put them into trouble. We might be strong, we might be very immune towards this virus, but we cannot expect everybody around us to be as strong as we are. So, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to maintain the social distance. Yes, children. I know it is really strange to stay away from your friends and family, but for us to come out of this pandemic situation and to get back together as family and friends, we need to do this sacrifice of staying in physical contact. Yes, we need to sacrifice that. Go with vanakkam or hi. Do not shake hands. Do not go in for hugs and any physical contact. It will really help people who are not immune towards this virus. Talking about saving lives, June 14th is observed as the World Blood Donor Day. Yes, children, what is going to be 14th June? 14th June every year is observed as the World Blood Donor Day. It is a privilege, a pride to be a blood donor. People all around who have received your blood will definitely feel thankful to you. And what is it about blood donation? People say that it is the best form of donation. Blood donation will cost you nothing, but it will save a life. Yes, our body has the ability to regain the blood, it can circulate blood still. And doctors do not take a lot of blood that will leave you vulnerable, weak. They will take in a limited quantity. But this limited quantity will be enough for someone's life to be saved. So, children, make sure when you attain the age of 18, take this privilege of being a blood donor and always respect a blood donor because they have done so much without their knowledge to save a life. And now that we have our GK learned, we are moving on to the subject today. We're going to start up with poem 1, A House, a Home. This poem is written by Lorraine M. Halley. Who's the poet, children? The poet is Lorraine M. Halley. And this poet is giving us the difference between a house and a home. Do you think there is a difference between a house and a home, children? Yes, in fact, there are more than one differences between a house and a home. And this poem is going to give us an insight about the differences between a house and a home. And let's make sure that by the end of this poem, we will learn to appreciate the home that we have and what turns a house to a home. It is a secret behind, isn't it? And it is time for us to unveil the secret behind converting a house to a home. So, are you ready for your today's poem, children? Just like the image that we have here, a home is filled with pet animals too. Yes, if you love pets, they also come under your family, isn't it, children? People who love animals do not call them pets, but they do call them as family. Why don't you write a few lines about your pet, children? If you have one, you can write about your pet animal. So it can be like, what's your pet's name? What does he like to do? And all such things. If you don't have a pet and if you like to have one, you can still write it under the heading My Dream Pet. So, children, at the end of this week, I would like to see that you have finished this small work. You're going to write 10 sentences about your pet or your dream pet. So now let's move on to our topic, a house versus a home. Do we have differences between the terms house and a home? Yes, there are a lot of differences between the terms a house and a home. A house is just a building. Yes, children, a house is just a building. Let it be a small house or let it be a big villa, but a house is just a building. Whereas a home is where it has a loving family. That's right, children. It is no matter how small or big your house is, it is important how loving your home is. How do you make a home from a house, children? At the end of this session, I want to reveal that secret. But before we reveal that secret, I want you to guess what do we mean by home. Right, children? So, are you ready to first of all understand the differences between a house and a home? A house is made of walls and beams. A home is made of love and dreams. A simple but still a clear explanation of what is a house and what is a home. A house is made of walls and beams. What do we mean by beams here, children? The pillars that we have. So, when you see an under construction building, they'll have pillars to support the roof. Right, children? So, those are called as beams. Inside our walls, there will be many beams that support the roof and the bricks that are around the pillars. Whereas A home is made of love and dreams. That's right, children. A home is not just a building, it is made of love and dreams. The love of the families and the dreams that we all have, which we share with each other too. So, here is a list of differences between a house and a home. First, let us look on to the checklist of house. What can you call as an house? An house will talk about the appreciation, that is, the value of the house. Next, the tax benefits. So when you build a house, I'm sorry, when you build a house, you will talk about the tax benefits, how much tax I can evade, diversification, various rooms that you want to have in your home. A room for me separately, a study room for me separately. So it diversifies, it gives different needs and different purposes for the various rooms that will be in a house. Collateral. It will be like a guarantee. When you are in need of money, you can pledge the house in a bank as a collateral, as a security to borrow money. It is a place to work. Yes, now we all are working from our houses, right? It is a place to work. It's a leverage. It uplifts you. It gives you a social standing. It is a credit, and you have the mortgages, that is the EMIs that we are supposed to pay, or the rents that we pay. On the other hand, we have home. What is a home made of? A home is made of family, hobbies, friends, neighbors, relaxation, privacy, freedom, and security. We do know the meaning of these words, right? Family, then hobbies, the hobbies of all different family members. We all have different hobbies, and only in your home we can have the liberty to pursue our hobbies. The next thing is friends. Yes, we can have our friends over to our home. Neighbors, people who live next door are called as neighbors. There are times where our neighbors look out for us. The relaxation that we require after a day's work is found only in our home. East or west, our home is the best, isn't it, children? We'll have the privacy to be ourselves, the freedom, and of course, the security. A sense of belonging is given by a home and not by a house. I'm giving you lots of clues to find the secret behind making a house a home. And finally, we have summarized about house and home. And what did we learn from that? The house is a logic. It is a place for a physical shelter, whereas home is an emotion. It is an experience that we have in the house. Yes, children, home is all about the experience that we have in our house. This poem, A House, a Home, is divided into two stanzas. In a lesson or an essay, we call it a paragraph, whereas in a poem, we call it a stanza. So, our poet in the first stanza talks about a house. What does she say about a house? What is a house? It is brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass, and perhaps a yard. Its eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. So, what is the poet telling about a house, children? A house is made of brick and stone. Yes, these are the materials we need to build a house. Some window glass and perhaps a yard. Its eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. These are the various things that you will find in a house. So let's see one by one, children. We do know the bricks and stone. We have wood. Yes, we need wood, right, children? For having beams to for stairs, cupboards, and tables. We need wood. Some window glass and perhaps a yard. Window glass. Our windows are not left empty, isn't it? They are covered with glasses. And we might have a yard. What do we mean by perhaps, children? Maybe, right? Sometimes we may have a yard. What is a yard? It can be like a portico, it can be a balcony, or it can be a garden, a meadow. It's an empty space, right, children? Like a ground. And sometimes we may have a yard. Not every house has a yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. So here one conjunction has been used repeatedly, which is and. You're right, children. It's eaves. What do we mean by eaves, children? We have heard the word somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, when we say eavesdropping, we say that someone is listening to us without our permission, then it's called eavesdropping. But what do we mean by the word eaves? It means the part of the roof that hangs to provide a shade. Okay, what is an eave, children? It is the part of the roof that hangs out to provide shade. So we can see in if you go out of your home and see in the building that outside your door there will be a roof, right, to provide you shade. And just like that, above your window you can see a shade which is called as eaves. Okay, so what is meant by eaves, children? It is the part of the roof that hangs out to provide shade. And what else can we find? We can find chimneys. Yes, some homes do have chimneys. What are these chimneys? These have the work of taking out the smoke from the house so that we can have fresh air for ventilation purposes, children. So in olden days we had chimneys at the top of every house. Even today when there is a fireplace in our home, we will be having a chimney to let out the smoke. And the tile floors, so the floors might be made of tiles, right? There are different kind of floors: wooden floors, tile floors, mosaic, like that. We are having tile floors. And stucco. What is the stucco? Stucco is a fine paint that is used to cover the walls. Okay, what is stucco? Stucco is a fine paint that is used to cover the wall. And roof. Of course, a house needs a roof, and to complete a house, we might need lots of doors. Why do I say we might? Because there are houses with just one door, whereas there are some houses which has many doors. Right. So doors is used to letting people in and out. Right, children? So what is a house according to the poet? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass, and perhaps a yard. Its eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. So let us see the images of the words that we have discussed in this stanza. Shall we, children? What did we have first, children? We had the bricks and stone. So we have seen bricks and stone being used for construction of a building. Right, children? What are the other words we have here? And wood, that's hard. As discussed earlier, we need wood to construct a building. Next, we have some window glass. We need windows for ventilation, right, children? And then we have a yard. Yeah, here is an image of yard. Doesn't it look lovely, children? It will really be nice to have a yard, isn't it, children? Next, we have eaves and chimneys. Can you see the eaves, children? It is what? It is the part of the roof that hangs out to provide shade. And chimney is to let out the smoke from the house. Next, we do have the tile floors. So everyone's tastes are different. So these tiles also differ from house to house. And then we have the stucco and roof. What is stucco, children? Yes, a fine paint used to cover the walls. Nowadays, there are a lot of options in choosing our paint, how we want to color our walls, everything, isn't it, children? All these are actually part of trying to change your house into a home. And then we have roof. We need a roof to be above our heads so that we are safe, isn't it, children? So our house needs a roof. And finally, lots of doors. Why do we need doors, children? More than allowing people in and out, it is mainly for the purpose of safety. We all do want to have a safe life, isn't it, children? That is why we are wearing our mask whenever we are going out, washing our hands after we come home, all these things. The door does exactly that one. That is, it protects us. It protects us from the outside danger. And when we spoke about privacy, the doors come in to discussion when we talk about privacy. So, when we need some privacy, what do? We get up and leave to our room, close the door. So, what really gives you the privacy is the doors. The doors not only give you safety, but they give the privacy that we expect. So, when we say lots of doors, that means when we have a big house, we will have lots of rooms, and when we have lots of rooms, we don't have an option but to have a lots of doors even. Right, children? So, what is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard. So, the outside construction starts with brick, stone, and wood. And then what do we fill it with? We have some window glass and perhaps. What is the meaning of perhaps, children? Maybe. If we have the space, we can have a yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tile floors. What else do we have in our house? We have the eaves. What is the meaning of the word eaves, children? It is the part of the roof that hangs out to provide shade. So I want this word to be added in your vocabulary page. Then we have the chimneys. What are the chimneys, children? Chimneys are used to let out smoke from the fireplace or from the kitchen. Even today, in cold countries, we can see that the houses are built with chimneys. Now we have exhaust fans, right? Just like that, the houses are built with chimneys. They have tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. What is stucco, children? Stucco is a fine paint that is used to cover the walls. So this may differ from each and every person. Not only the stucco, but every single thing about a house differs based on our preferences. What kind of brick do we want to use? Is it going to be a big house or a small house? What kind of tile floor we are going to use? Everything depends upon the people who are constructing the house. Now we have known enough about house and it is time for us to talk about a home. Are you ready, children? What is the home? It is loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It is unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you're always caring. So, this second stanza is about a home. So, what is a home according to our poet children? It's loving each other. Yes, it's loving your parents and your parents loving you in return. And family. Home is all about a family. So, what is a home, children? A home is all about loving and family, and of course, doing for others. It means a lot, isn't it, children? When we don't ask someone for something, but still they know that we need something and give it before even we asked them. Yes, when our parents are coughing or when they are need of water, we don't wait for them to ask for it. We give them, right? So that is about loving and doing for others. And here we are doing something without expecting something in return, right? Usually in a work, we expect something in return. When we work, when we are an employee, we expect salary for it. Or when the employer is paying money for us, he expects us to work. But a family doesn't work like that. It never expects anything from you. Similarly, we too do things for others without expectations. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. So the family is made of love from our father, mother, brothers, and sisters. Brothers and sisters are called siblings, right? People who are born with us in the same family are called siblings, whereas cousins are our uncles or aunts' children. And what is family? It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing. It's unselfish acts. We don't do something to gain something out of it. If you are doing a help to your family members, you do not expect anything from them. Or when you buy a chocolate, you don't buy it only for you. It's unselfish. We buy it for someone else, for our brother or sister. Our parents struggle hard to educate us. And what are we going to give them in return? Nothing. They don't expect anything from us. So that is an unselfish act. And kindly sharing. Whatever we have, it's not about things alone. Family comes first when we want to share our happiness or our sorrow. It stands with us. And where can you find your family? Only in your home. And showing your loved ones you're always caring. So, what do you want to show to your loved ones, children? That we always care. These simple acts means a lot. So, when you are talking with your friend over phone, and if he or she gives the phone to his or her mother, when you greet them and ask them how they are, it is a very good sign of being good children, isn't it? So, what is a home, children? It is loving and family and doing for others. Yes, it's very important that we do for others without any expectations. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. So, what is it about? It's about our family members, isn't it? We even have pets that are our family members. As we said earlier in the class, we talk about our pet as our family member, our brother or our sister. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing. When we do something very simple, but our mother takes it very happily, then it's an unselfish act. When your mother is not feeling well and you take care of her by giving her tablets or at least giving her some rest, some time to sleep without getting disturbed, then that is all about family, loving, and a home. And we show our loved ones that we are always caring. So we can spend our weekends by tidying our room, helping our mother to keep the home clean, helping our dad to sort out his table. So this will definitely bring the family together. What is a home, children? It's loving and family and doing for others. The family is all about doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you're always caring. So I hope you have understood the difference between what is a home and what is a house, children. The poet has not talked about our grandparents and, of course, our pets, but they also are our family, isn't it, children? So, now, did you recognize the secret ingredient of making a house a home, children? Yes, the secret ingredient that makes your house a home is you in it. You, in the sense, your family, loving each other, doing unselfish acts, kindly sharing, and of course, showing your loved ones you're always caring. What is better to live in, children? Even if you have a big house, a villa, a yard, a stucco, and lots of other amenities, but you have to live there alone. What would you choose? A house like that or a home that is filled with love and sharing? Yes, I hope you choose a home, children. Let us take two sentences for discussion: go home and come home. Yes, children, whenever we say that we are going home, you should say it as only I am going home. You cannot say I am going to home. Just like how I said, listen should be used with to. Similarly, go home. It's not go to home. If you want to use the word to, you can say, I am going to my home. When you're going to say my home, you say going to my home. Go can be in any tense, children, but still, if you are going home, it is only going home and not going to home. And this will be said only to our family members, right, children? It cannot be used with your friends. Which one? Come home. When you're inviting your friends to your home, you say, come to my home. So after class, why don't you come to my home so that we can do our homework together? That can be a question. But when you're talking to your family members, it is just come home. Mom, when are you coming home? So, how do you ask your mother or father, children? You ask, when are you coming home? Clear. Same way, just like go, come can take any tense, but still it is only come home and not come to home. Are you clear, children? I hope you all are clear with the poem, children. Now, let us do the book back exercises. Working with the poem. Do you agree with what the poet says? Talk to your partner and complete these sentences. So, since we cannot have a partner and we cannot work together, you can take the help of your family members to complete these sentences, children. So, a house is made of. We have seen about a house, right, children? So, what is a house made of? It has dash. What are the things it has? Third question is a home is made by dash. So understand the difference. The first question is a house is made of, whereas the third question is a home is made by. Understand the difference and write your answer, children. And what does a home have is the fourth question. It has dash. The next question is a little tricky. My house is dash. The next thing is the best thing about my home is dash. So these are sentences that you have to fill up about your house and your home. They are more like one and the same, right? You know the secret ingredient of what turns your house to your home. So now it is your opportunity to write about what your house is and what your home is about. Think well and answer with a pencil, children. Now let us quickly recall the poem. Please take the book and read it along with me, children. A house, a home. What is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass, and perhaps a yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. What is a home? It's loving and family and doing for others. What is a home? It is loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you're always caring. So, this poem, A House, a Home, is written by the poet Lorraine M. Halley. And what as she said about the house and a home, children? A house is a building. It's constructed with brick and stone. It has wood that's hard. It has a yard, window glass, doors, floors, stucco, roof, and chimneys. But what is a home made of? A home is made of family. A family that loves. A family that does unselfish acts. A family that shares and cares. Yes, children, the secret ingredient of a home is a loving family in it. That brings us to the end of this session. Today we have learned the poem 1 from Unit 1, which is A House, a Home. In the previous class, we have finished a prose. Who did Patrick's homework? I hope you don't have any doubt with the prose or poem. If at all you have any doubts, kindly reach me through your class teachers so that your doubts are clarified then and there. Stay home, stay safe, and of course, stay active. Do not become lazy. Let's hope that the situation comes to an end very soon and we all are going to be back on our heels quickly. So let us be active as we have always been. I hope you have enjoyed this poem just like I have enjoyed the poem too. It is a very lovely poem that talks about the differences between a house and a home. I'm sure that you all are going to make beautiful homes with your families. Make sure you let them know that you love them and please continue doing your unselfish acts for your family members. I hope you're clear with the poem. Kindly add the words that we have discussed for the first time today in your vocabulary page. Use a pencil when you are listening to the class so that you may take notes in your book. I'm very happy for being here with you to discuss this poem. Thank you. May you all have a marvelous Monday, children.